Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. So obviously I am here with Speaker Tate and Leader Brinks and wanted to talk a little bit about some of the work that we are doing. We're coming to announce together the details of the Lowering My Costs. It's a plan to cut taxes and put money back in people's pockets. The number one concern I hear from the people of our state as I get across Michigan is that they need some help because of how much life costs right now. Too many families are seeing inflation cutting into their monthly budgets. They're picking up items at the store and then putting them back on the shelf before they check out, understanding how high the prices are. They might put off getting a car repair or setting a medical appointment or start buying more on credit just to get by. And so we want to help people. Lowering My Costs is a fiscally responsible plan to put money back in people's pockets by rolling back the retirement tax, boosting the working families tax credit, and delivering inflation relief checks to every taxpayer. This will be the largest tax break for working families and seniors in Michigan in decades. So rolling back the retirement tax will put an average of $1,000 back in the pockets of 500,000 households. These are people who've worked hard their whole lives. They saved, they played by the rules and did everything right. This will help people on those in that situation living on fixed incomes keep more of what they've earned. In 2011, the rug was ripped out from them under the previous administration. They taxed the retirement out of the blue. As a Senate minority leader back at that time, I was fighting against it because I knew it was wrong. I knew how hard it was going to be for people. And as governor, I've been trying to make it right. Now we are in a position to do that. We will be equalizing the exemption for public and private pensions. So whether you're an auto worker, a police officer, teacher, firefighter, or plumber, you're going to keep more of your hard-earned dollars. Boosting the working family tax credit will deliver an averaged combined refund of nearly $3,200 to 700,000 families. This credit is offered at the federal and at the state level, and right now Michigan offers a 6% match of the federal credit. Back in 2011, the same time the retirement tax was slapped on, the working families tax credit was gutted. Lowering My Costs quintuples our current match to 30%. So the working families tax credit gives Michiganders a little more breathing room. And one of the things I find so compelling about this particular policy is it benefits 1 million children in Michigan. This is half the kids in our state. Helps parents pay the bills, put food on the table, and buy winter clothes. And the good news is that our plan makes it retroactive for 2022, so you'll get more money back, inflation relief checks to every Michigan taxpayer. These are dollars right back in your pocket. They will help every taxpayer, including our small business owners, get by. And I'll let my friends from the legislature talk a little bit more about this. I'm excited about delivering the largest tax break in decades to the people of Michigan. We're building a brighter future together, and now I want to turn it over to one of my partners, Majority Leader Winnie Brinks.
Good morning. It was less than a week ago that we were here together in this very room to celebrate the governor signing a historic supplemental funding bill. Now we are here with even more good news about action we are taking for the people of Michigan. We've reached an agreement on the biggest, broadest tax relief plan that Michiganders have seen in decades, and we are excited to share the details of this plan with you today. So I'll get right into it. As we announced on Friday, the Lowering My Costs plan has 3 key components. 1, we're putting an end to the current unfair and unpopular tax on retirees. I want to talk about the real people that this affects. These are seniors who worked hard their whole lives and did their best to carefully plan for their futures. But that happy future and their Michigan dream was tied to that careful, decades-long plan, a plan that did not include unexpected taxes, especially at a time in life when no other income is coming in. For these seniors, every single dollar matters, and this can go a long way with the grocery bill, with prescription medications, a car fix, or a well-deserved road trip up north. We are very proud to be able to get this done for Michigan retirees. 2, we're increasing the working families tax credit to 30% of the federal earned income tax credit. Here's the math. 700,000 families, those who have the hardest time affording the basics, will see an average of $3,150. For me, this one is personal. 12 years ago, I was a caseworker at a nonprofit. I was tasked with helping working people find a roof to put over their head, navigate medical bills, secure childcare, and put together their household budgets, all with the goal of retaining their employment. I remember when the previous administration stripped away that tax credit. And I remember the pit in my stomach for the moms and dads that I sat down with every day who were just trying to make ends meet for their families. These people counted on the earned income tax credit as part of their household budget. These are folks who are doing the best they can just to get by. They work hard, and they deserve a little room to breathe. It's good economic policy, too. With the extra money to buy a new winter coat for their kids or replace an old pair of worn-out work boots, these funds go right back into our small businesses, into our local economies. That's why a coalition of 230 business groups, economic development organizations, healthcare and hospitality entities, and more support this broad expansion. 3, this spring, each Michigan household will be seeing inflation relief checks. We know prices are up, and everybody is feeling the squeeze. Those extra cents per item at the grocery store add up, and it affects all Michiganders, regardless of income. We are in a position to help offset some of those costs with this smart, one-time investment that will help people, all Michigan residents, and help them right now. This announcement is a tremendously exciting moment for us. It includes key promises that Democrats have been talking about in coffee shops and town halls and at our neighbors' doors for years. And it checks the boxes of what we have been hearing from Michiganders, what we've been working to deliver, lowering costs, combating the pinch of inflation, and providing real immediate relief for everyone. It is rooted in our deeply held core values, values like fairness, honesty, pragmatism, and making sure all Michiganders have a shot at financial security. We've seen administrations before this one abandon these values when it came time to balance the books. But as you've heard us say many times, it's a new day in Lansing, and we mean it. We are a majority for the people, and we are getting back to the fundamentals of honest, hardworking public service so we can bring meaningful change to Michigan families. Thank you. And now I will hand it over to Speaker Tate.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Governor Whitmer and Senate Majority Leader Brinks. I also want to thank my colleagues in the House and the Senate for their support as we prepare to deliver relief to millions of Michiganders. For years, Democrats have policies that put people first. Michiganders spoke with a clear voice in November. They want leaders focused on solving problems and helping their families get ahead. We all know that increased costs hit those on a fixed income the hardest. More than a decade ago, those in government chose to balance the state budget on the backs of retirees. That change had a significant impact on our retired population. Ever since, men and women who worked for a lifetime and saved to be able to retire were forced to do so with less. House Democrats heard from Michiganders across our state that they want us to repeal the retirement tax. Their priorities are our priorities. With the passage of this plan, we are making good on our promise to the people of Michigan. Lowering my costs gives retirees back their hard-earned money, puts dollars in the hands of working families, and delivers much-needed relief from inflation for people across our state. This is meaningful relief at a time when Michiganders truly need it. I am proud of my colleagues in both chambers and the governor for her leadership to get this done, and we will get it done. Thank you.